in the whip, I'm in the wrist, I never switch.
Coach, it's dreary and miserable throughout much of the Midwest, but we've got football to perk up our spirits. That's the good news at Paul Brown Stadium. That's where we're at here in Cincinnati. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the Cincinnati Bengals. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
On second down and 4, Ryan. Open man is Arcega-Whiteside. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Defensively, Sam Hubbard, the former Buckeye, there to stop him.
Second and 9 at the 26-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9. From the shotgun, Ryan eluding the pressure right. He completes this to Russell Gage. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on third down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Gets it off to Freeman. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Back to the running game. It's Freeman. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
On second down, it's Freeman. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1 yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? Five or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
At the 2-yard line.
Down! Get ready! Get ready! Check 56. Hey, let's get this, get this. Check. Lucky. Ready, flash.
They'll try to run this one in. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
This Bengal defense, they passed the first 2 tests. Now it's 3rd and goal. Here's Ryan. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. And I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jeremiah Tauchu gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
You gonna see me in your nightmare. Shit.
2nd and 15. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A gain there of 21 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
A very solid gain of 27. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 36. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage, if that. And with a flag on the field, and that one looks to be in the area where someone was held. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 22. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want to
offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
We're scoreless after 1. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. A handoff, McCaffrey running right. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run.
I'm scared. Check. Slam.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11.
First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
Ready. 18 Gator. You remember me? Let's go, baby. Yeah, 6-3. 23.
He'll look to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
45 the mic. Hey, I'm coming after you.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Flush to his right, and his throw's going to be incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. 3rd down here. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
It's a party now. Check. 41.
They'll drop the throw. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. As his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point attempt here still to come. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
They'll run on 1st down. Kane, and he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
59, ready. Check, 48, the mark. Touchdown, defense.
Now on 2nd and 13. Ryan, and his throw is incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. But now it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Ryan. And that will be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Fielded just inside the 20. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Come on. You better bring it. Check it out, Reed. Kill, 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 kill. 66, bullet, half. Kill, kill, kill.
Now a play fake here on first down. Going deep downfield for Ross. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And finally out of bounds, just a few yards short of the goal line at the 3. After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal.
Check, crunch, crunch, crunch. Check, nickel, nickel, nickel.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Any weapon.
On second down, McCaffrey. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
SOS. 57's mine. Know your job. 57's a must. Come on.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open. Left him nowhere to go with the football. Had to absorb the sack.
Now the Bengals will settle for 3 as the field goal unit comes on here. Kick is right there. It's good, and that will make our score 9-0. They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive, but you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
2nd and 10 now. Ryan. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
Now Ryan. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
You're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the...
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Brian Burns. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
21. Watch the whip.
Operating from the gun, Ryan. And he's going to go down again. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. They'll throw now on the final play. Looking left side, and it's complete. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. He'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Hey, watch your hands. Watch small. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. All right. Here we go. Let's go. Ready. Got it. Hey, let's get there. Check 52.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. This is fielded at the 7. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. From the 22, Ryan. Incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Ryan. Caught by Jones. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Check 99. Check 99. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 12 yards is the pickup, good for a first down for the Falcons.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Squeeze, squeeze, double, double. Switch, switch, switch.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you, because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. To throw is Ryan. Got his man. It's Arcega-Whiteside. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons. So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10.
Watch the screen. Jam, 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 jam. Show it up, show it up. Check safety, check safety.
Jones has it. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
Ready, 25. 56.
A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Austin Hooper, his third touchdown now on the year, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good, and that will get them one closer. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. It's a very short kick taken by an up man. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. The Bengals drive about to get going. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up first and 10.
Out. Check 9. Alert flare.
Now the former fourth-round pick, it's Kalen Balazs. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Watch the screen. Watch twits. Come on. 45, Mike, 45.
2nd and 4. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 4.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. He'll look to throw. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Cincinnati. It's been a good one so far, just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. So the solid run on first, and I would imagine no real hurry to run that 2nd down play.
No, it's all in your quarterback now. He's going to keep an eye on the play clock and bleed things down, and he's not going to let the ball be snapped until it's inside 3 seconds left on the play clock. Unless, of course, you're playing a video game, you're trying to run it up on your friend.
Nice touch. Cold-blooded, too. This is McCaffrey. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Here we go, D.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. This time, the extra point up and good. And that makes this a 9-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the fourth. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. Now it's Ryan. This complete to Jones. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
First down, Atlanta.
Down, ready, 280. Right there, 56. Check pass.
Now Ryan on first down. Wide open receiver, complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. From the shotgun, Ryan. And he's got his man on the out route. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons. Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Escaping the pressure right. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. 39.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Ryan. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Going for it all. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
They don't want it, boys. They don't want it. They don't want it.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. Now a toss. This is McCaffrey. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Back to throw here. He can run for it, and he will. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks every